Hi there. Is this where I can pick up a laser gun?
Hey everyone, AmberFrmThVault here. Welcome back to more Fallout New Vegas. Let's go ahead and jump right back in. So see you back in just a sec. Alright, so we're actually inside of Freeside proper now. I can talk.
I'm afraid I'm going to have to search you before letting you in. The only weapons allowed on the premises are the ones we're selling.
Alright, take them.
It should only take a moment. There, I've stored all of your weapons. You're clear to enter. When you leave, I'll hand them all back to you.
Oh, you better. I feel very sentimental to my guns.
Mr. Soren, please get to the point. The second half of your payment is late, and I want to know why.
Miss Van Graff, my associates and I have decided that we wish to renegotiate the terms of our deal.
Might I ask for what reason? The shipment was delivered. The guns were tested before leaving this facility.
Regardless, we feel that the quality of the weapons is below expectation and hope to adjust the price accordingly.
Ah, I think I understand what the issue here is. Excuse me for a moment, would you? Do it. Never break faith with the Van Graffs, Mr. Soren. I expect you'll have the rest of our payment ready tomorrow morning.
Mm-hmm. Alright.
Okay, everyone. Show's over. Back to work.
Oh, I just want to steal it all.
Welcome to the Silver Rush, where only top-of-the-line energy weapons can be found. What can I do for you?
Alright, mind if I ask you some questions?
Not at all.
What do you think of the gun runners?
There are chief competitors in this region and many others. That makes them our enemies. While I respect their business acumen, I'm obligated to try to destroy them however I can. That's business, after all.
I'm glad I'm not in business. Alright, well, I was wondering if you had any work available.
It just so happens a position opened up recently. We currently need another body to guard the entrance outside. Think you can handle that?
Yeah.
Wonderful. I already have a man outside who can show you the ropes and get you set up. His name is Simon. He's been with the family for years, so listen to what he says and follow his instructions. Welcome back. Did you have news for me, or are you just here for the guns?
Both. I wasn't done talking to you, actually. So is this like a family business?
Yes, it is. My brother and I run this particular branch, but our family has operations all over, particularly in California.
It seems like a bad neighborhood to open a store.
Look around, and you'll notice two things. First, we don't lack for security. I'm not worried about anyone breaking in here or stealing our goods. Not that we don't occasionally have attempts, but even those prove useful. Do you know how much target dummies cost? Back to my point. The second thing you'll notice is that we do not sell cheap merchandise. Everything here is second to none. People who buy Van Graff goods typically don't care where they have to go to get them.
Alright, oop, I went too far. Tell me about Freeside.
This place is certainly lively, that's for sure. Did you want to know something specific about it?
Kings?
Ah, the rulers of Freeside. The Kings are a bunch of boys who refuse to grow up, and this is their playground. Their leader seems different, though. The few times I've dealt with him, I've been impressed, despite myself. Unfortunately, he rarely acts. The Kings believe that everyone in Freeside can do whatever they want, provided they can back it up with force. Which suits us just fine. When we first arrived in Freeside, the Kings protested when we kicked out the original occupant of this establishment. When we reduced several of their members to glowing puddles of goo, their objections vanished. Since then, we've left each other alone.
Tell me about the followers.
I don't really have much to do with them. They seem to have an aversion to weapons technology, and those who possess a great deal of it. Their loss, really.
What is there to do here?
Well, you probably noticed the Atomic Wrangler across the street. That's pretty much the place to go around here. They make it a little loud around here at night, but the business their proximity brings more than makes up for it. Other than them, you're better off skipping Freeside entirely and just heading to the Strip.
So I want something else. And let's see what else we got. About yourself.
Oh, there's not much to tell. I was born into a big family and don't get along with my parents. So here I am, as far away from them as possible.
All right, the NCR?
You must not know a lot about my family, or you wouldn't have asked
No.
that. The Van Graffs and the
Obviously.
NCR have been enemies for decades. They've tried to block our expansion for years, but we've managed to grow regardless. The problem is, they have too. The NCR is huge now. We're talking on a scale that's difficult to imagine. Time was, we could fight them and hold our own. Not so anymore. My family has enough men and guns to field a small army, but the NCR can field a really, really big army. Fighting them is out of the question now.
Legion?
I've only heard rumors, since this is the furthest east our operations go, but the rumors are pretty scary. They're said to be a huge slaver nation, with all the soldiers obeying their lord with unquestioning obedience. Sounds like a man I'd like to meet.
All right. And Mr. House.
Very little, same as everyone else. We attempted to deal with him when we first moved into the area, but had no luck. He must have his own weapons supplies to keep as many laser-armed robots operational as he does. Makes me wonder where they are. Later.
All right. I said it was time for me to go, but I actually
Welcome
lied.
back.
I forgot. I should probably look at what you have for sale.
Of course.
Although I do want to rob you fucking blind. That'll come eventually. I'm good at robbing people, what can I say? Alright, let's get all the microfusion cells in the world. Alright, I don't want a second one of those. Oh, there's so many things we could buy. I gotta calm down. I do want this tri-beam laser rifle, but that's more money than I have. Okay. Shoot, oh man, see, this is what happens. Now I do need more money. And now I need to go get myself even more money, which means I'm gonna have to start buying things and selling them. Okay, let's see. I wish I could just take the caps off of the stupid sarsaparillas. Okay, well, I guess we'll just stick with this. We need that anyway. I'm gonna have to start selling random things again. I'm gonna have to go back to my ways of being insane. But let's do this. Let's get out of here. The other thing is, okay. I'm gonna shut up. I'm not gonna say anything more because I do want to steal and take everything, but my time will come. I love that song. Okay. I should just love Dean Martin. I am a really huge Dean Martin fan. Anyway, nobody cares about that. Hell, I'm gonna cut it out. Alright, we're outside.
Welcome
Let's do
to
some
the
guarding.
Oh, crap. Don't tell me you're my new guard.
That's right.
Well, no time for pleasantries. I've got your gear right here, but let's see if you can follow instructions.
No.
You'll be covering the other side of the door there. Take your position while I get your stuff out.
Alright. What I really want is just gonna be honest, I just want my own stuff, really. I don't really want to use anything else. Whee!
Good. Look around and get a feel for where customers and risks can enter and exit the area while I
Okay.
get your gear ready.
Uh-huh. The big risk right now.
Okay, now let's
Okay.
get you geared up. First, your armor. Standard issue is your run-of-the-mill combat armor, with a nice dark coat of paint for both brand recognition and sheer intimidation value. Next, your weapon. Guards are required to use rifles. Anything lighter compromises your combat effectiveness. Anything heavier and people are too scared to come in the door. What's your preference, laser or plasma?
If I have to use it.
Good choice. I prefer laser-based weapons myself, but the boss lady says she wants at least one guard using a plasma rifle. Says the lightning bits draw in more people. Whatever. Now that you're equipped, a quick word on the job at hand. In a nutshell, we're here to keep the riffraff away. Drunks, punks, and capless vermin are to be turned away. Potential customers are to be permitted normal entrance. That is, after we pat them down for weapons. An unarmed man is a lot less likely to try to steal something with several armed guards around. Don't start any fights. I don't care if some jet junkie just insulted your mother. We're here to promote violence elsewhere, not start it here. Lastly, don't abandon your post. We're getting paid to stand next to this door, not talk to someone down the street or head to the casino. That goes double for any thoughts of splitting with that gear. Every now and then, some young punk thinks he can run off with Van Graff property. Trust me, the rifle and armor are nice, but they're not worth your life. Other than that, relax. Who knows? You might attract a high roller from the Wrangler over there and never have to pull a gig like this again.
Oh, yeah? I like my gun better. I'm gonna be honest, I had a really nice gun. This is a waste of my time.
Settle in. You've got some hours left before your shift ends.
Yep. Did you hear that, boys? Settle in. We're gonna be here a while.
Here comes a winner. I'll let you handle this one.
Mm-hmm. Wow, he walks so slow. Everyone should run everywhere, I'm just saying.
Hi there. Is this where I can pick up a laser gun?
Sure is. But I can't let you in, company policy.
Sounds like a stupid policy to me.
Good. Stick to the rules.
Okay. Nice and easy.
Another one coming. You're on.
I don't know why you'd give it to me. Wouldn't you just have me as backup? I would think you'd want to handle yourself. Also, who the hell would actually attack us, considering there's 4 of us standing here? Well, 3 and then a robot.
Hi. I was, in the area and thought I'd stop by to look at your weapons. Can I go in?
We're gonna have to search you first.
Fine by me.
He's clean. See? Not so hard, is it?
Yeah, it's not hard at all, Simon.
Heads up. Looks like we got another customer.
There will be nothing strange coming around here, Simon. I would honestly be more intimidated by the fact that there's a man in armor just standing in the middle of the street that does not appear to be related to the business. That would weird me out. Hi, friend.
Howdy. I just done broke the bank over at the Wrangler there and thought I might peruse your fine wares. Maybe lighten my purse a little?
Welcome to the Silver Rush. Certainly, sir. We need to patch you down for weapons first.
Now hold on here. I'm not packing any heat. Ain't my word good enough for you?
I'm sure you're a man of your word, sir, but we still need to pat you down. No exceptions.
I suppose it's all right. If there's no other choice.
He's clean.
See? Told you so.
And? I don't understand people like that. Why would we break the rules for you?
This way. Don't screw it up.
Simon, be nice to me. Seriously, though, like, what is the thought? Are they thinking, well, I look like a nice guy? Because when has that ever worked for anyone? Has it worked for anyone? Please tell me if it's worked for you. I have never had an experience in life where that has worked for me, where I've just said, well, look at me. I'm really short and a girl. Let me in. That's not going to work. You can still be packing heat. Come on.
Hey, looking for something to replace my old revolver. Mind if I head in?
Sorry, I'm gonna have to search you first.
That's not really necessary, is it? I already told you I got this here revolver, right?
It's company policy. Now you're gonna let us search you, or what?
Damn, I knew this wasn't gonna work.
Over here!
Sir.
What in the hell do you suppose that was about?
What?
Help me clean this up. No one's gonna want to shop here with the corpse out front.
Yep. No one. Hi, Boone. You're kind of standing where I'm supposed to stand, Boone.
This I do not need today. Keep your head straight, rookie. Things are about to get interesting.
Yeah, they sure are. Let's go ahead and read the note real quick since we are here. Oh, what am I doing? Having a day. Revenge note, to whom it may concern. If you're reading this, then I am likely dead. I can only hope that I have managed to take out some of those thrice damned Van Graffs with me. My family deserves that much at least. Hi. Hi, Boone. Hi. Hi, Eddie. Alright, nothing suspicious.
Hey, Simon. How's it hanging? Looks like you've got a little helper today.
What can I say? Business has been good lately. We can afford to help.
Good to hear, buddy. So is the boss lady in?
You know she is. Why don't you go in and say hi?
Nah, I got some rounds to run. But do pass along that I'm always thinking of her. Actually, I got a better idea. Make the new hire tell her. You'll do that for me, won't you?
Why not tell her yourself?
I would, but I tend to distract the boss lady a little too much. She can't help herself. Anyway, I got things to do. Later, Simon.
Way to keep your head, rookie. Let's hope for you yet.
Yeah, please.
It's just about closing time. Let's go see the boss about getting paid. Oh, I'm gonna need the rifle and armor back. Boss's orders.
That's fine with me, honestly. Although, real quick, let me do one thing. I don't want to walk around. I was gonna say, do I actually have my weapon? Which I do. Good. And let's see, did my clothes go back on? Okay. Good.
We're
'cause-
watching you closely.
Good for you. Aye.
Simon's been telling me how it went. Let's do a quick recap. You kept away the undesirables, patted down the rest for weapons, and kept your cool. That is to say, you performed as instructed. Simon was impressed, and so am I. So you get a small bonus with your normal pay. Unfortunately, I found someone else with a little more experience, and he'll take over the position starting tomorrow. However, another task has come up that I could use some help with, assuming you're still interested in making some money.
Gloria, I love money.
There's a deal that we've been working on for a while now, and the buyer would like a sample of our weapons. I need you to run a package out to a discreet location that the client has chosen. Sound good?
Sure.
Good. Here's the package. I'll mark the location on your map. The buyer said they'd be in town for quite a while, so there's no rush. That said, try not to dawdle. This client could mean big money for us, which naturally means big money for you.
I do like big money. Okay, bye.
Glory's the one you want to talk to about working for us. I just handle the details.
Can I talk to Simon?
Welcome to the Silver Rush.
No.
New Vegas's best source of laser.
Why
and
are you
plasma
acting like we don't know each other? We spent a whole day together and killed a man together. We know each other, friend. Alright. Let's go into the Atomic Wrangler while we're at it. And make some great friends. Hello. Hi, everyone. Hi.
Welcome to the Atomic Wrangler. What can I get you?
Yeah, let's see how's business.
Well, I wasn't expecting the increased NCR presence after the bombing to improve things, but I've been pleasantly surprised. The off-duty chumps who have been wandering through have been stopping in to buy drinks and pay for strange. I appreciate the extra income.
I can ask again?
We ain't scraping
Oh,
to get
okay.
by, if that's what you're asking.
Do you have any work that needs to be done?
We've got the basics covered, but now you mention it, we have had unusual requests from some of our wealthier customers. If you can recruit escorts to match these customers' proclivities, I'd be willing to pay you finder's fees.
I would absolutely. Yes. What sort of proclivities are we talking about?
Our wealthiest client has a thing for ghouls and a thing for cowboys. He wants an escort who can satisfy both fetishes. Plenty of customers have said they'd be willing to pay extra for a suave talker, someone who can fake the boyfriend experience real good. And then there's these disgusting robot fetishists you may have heard about. Well, those creeps want a sex bot. If you ever run across a sex bot, not that I'd ever want one within 100 feet of me, but I gotta be a businessman about it.
Of course. Sorry, I'm laughing because I know that this ends in Fisto, and I'm just so happy. Assume the position. Alright, I've collected myself. Alright, I expect a 100 caps minimum for each candidate. We're just gonna say I'll see if I run across anyone.
Just direct them to the Wrangler. I'll pay you when they show up.
Alright, I could use some help with my reputation in Freeside.
For the right caps, I might be able to put in a good word, or let people know you're not such a bad guy. What do you have in mind?
Yeah, I'm not a bad guy, I'm a bad girl. I need people to forget some things I've done. I want people to like me.
Alright, I can chat you up, but it's gonna cost you. I'm not risking my reputation around here for nothing.
See, here's the thing. I'm not actually going to pay him. I'm a damn beacon of morality here. People should be lining up to shake my hand. We're not going to pay him, but
What do you...
the option is there. I don't need to, though. Any idea where I could look for a sex bot?
The best place to start would be with Ralph, at Mick and Ralph's over on the east end of Freeside. Other than that, your guess is as good as mine.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's see if you have anything for
Sure.
sale.
Take
I
a
don't
look.
think you have anything I want. No. Yeah, I don't really want any sunset sarsaparillas right now. All right. I do need to pick some shit up and start selling some shit, though, as we know. Hello, friend.
Whoa, baby. Am I looking at a mirror? Or are you just that ugly?
Watch your mouth. Or you're just gonna say, excuse me.
What? You mean you're not part of the act? Huh. Sorry. Thought you were the heckler Garrett hired to spice up the shows.
All right, you say you perform stand-up comedy, huh?
Yeesh, is my act that bad? Or are you just that dumb? Yeah, that's right. Got me a nice juicy contract with the management.
And judging from the economic state of Freeside, they can't be paying that much. Really, how much are you making? Or sure, I bet you're raking the cash in this dump. First one, of course.
Okay, I admit it. I ain't exactly rowing in caps here. But what do you want? I'm under contract. I can't get out.
So who are you?
Either you need to get your eyes checked, or that fame is fleeting thing is true. And since I happen to be world famous, you must be going blind. Name's Hadrian. Bet you never saw a ghoul in a suit before, huh? Of course, you don't exactly strike me as the worldly type. Yeah, go on. Scram.
You know, if you're nice to me, I can probably help you with lots of things. I'm very helpful. Hello, gamblers.
Have a seat and give Lady Luck a chance.
Oh, I just want your
Pull up a
dress.
stool and join the game, buddy.
Oh, I couldn't steal it even if I wanted to, but I want your dress. It's so pretty. I want it in real life, though, I'm gonna be honest. Not just in the game. I love dresses like that. I just love them. Why would you need a bathtub? Explain that one to me. What are y'all doing in here that you need bathtubs? I get that the game doesn't really have, like, showers. Oh.
Pisses
Hi.
me off that Legion slavers can just operate on NCR turf like that. If we hadn't caught up to them, they'd probably have a clear path to the river. No one to stop them. There should be patrols, checkpoints. We got greedy, overstretched. Now our own territory is insecure.
So, I forgot that I should be talking to Boone every once in a while. And as soon as I accidentally clicked on him, I was like, oh yeah, I should probably be talking to Boone. Let's talk to him quick.
We won.
That's it? That's what happened at Bitter Springs? We won? Tell me about it.
Look, we've done some traveling together, but we're not exactly comrades in arms. I'm not ready to swap war stories.
That's ridiculous. We have been spending so much time together, Boone. In fact, you're going to prevent me from spending time with other people. All right, so I've seen my fair share of terrible things. You can talk to me. How can you say that we've been fighting together? You want me to make good on my promise to fight the Legion with you? Is that it? I'm going to say I've seen my share of terrible things.
Maybe some other time.
Bitch. Yep, sorry. I think it's time you told me what happened to your wife.
I don't see what this helps. She's dead.
Mm-hmm. The better we understand each other, the more effective we'll be.
All right. I tracked her down. Southeast, near the river. They were selling her. Saw it through my scope. Whole place swarming with Legion, hundreds of them, bidding for things no man has a right to. I just had my rifle with me. Just me against all of them. So I took the shot.
Sorry about the cut. Better for her to die than to live a Legion slave. You should have tried to rescue her even if it meant your death or you had no right to make that decision. This is why New Vegas is some people's favorite Fallout. I like the obvious morality of 3 and 4. I really do appreciate it, but I get that there's no good answers in this one, and that's kind of part of what makes it New Vegas. But I will say, yes, I still think it was probably better for her to die than to live as a slave from the Legion, because they're generally that terrible. But also, I do think that generally that doesn't mean we have the right to make those choices for others. So it's a weird. If I think on it too much, I'll talk too much.
Yeah. What they do to women, that's worse than death. There was no choice in what I did. It was more like being forced to watch something you can't stop. All this was only ever gonna play out one way. It still is. I don't have any say. All I can do is wait for it to be done with me.
You make it sound like your wife's death was inevitable.
It was gonna be something. If I'd never met Carla, it would have been something else. I should have never gotten close to her. I've got bad things coming to me. You better keep your distance too.
You'd be great in a forum. Why do you think you've got bad things coming?
Because fair is fair.
I think you need a therapist. So you're not going to tell me?
No. Sorry.
Not yet, but you will eventually. All right,
Yeah.
just say bye. I keep forgetting to talk to Boone.